everyone, this is Natalia. So welcome to the weekly love readings. So I'll be doing these every Friday, and we have a general message for the week for all of us, and then we've got a message for those of us who are in relationships already and the single, or the people who are open to love and who are single right now. So I'm going to start first of all with this beautiful heart-shaped card. This is from Tony Carmine Salerno's card deck, and the card I've drawn here is of this couple who they are obviously very close, but they're very emotional. So if you look, he's got a tear coming down on his face and she's got tears streaming down her face as well. So what this is talking about is vulnerability. And when we really open ourselves up to love, we're vulnerable. And that's because there's an authenticity, there's a truth to it. And so we've got to be prepared to be our authentic selves. And whether you are in a relationship or not, doesn't matter, because this is about truth. So when you're in a relationship, you want to be open with one another, you want to be able to share your feelings and not have to wear a mask or be inauthentic in any way. And the same is true if you're open to love. So it's very much about being true to who you are and saying, you know, if I like certain things, I don't want to have to cover that up. I don't want to have to pretend that, so say somebody that you start dating is into sports, and then you have to pretend that you really like sports, or they like very healthy eating, or they're a vegan, and then you start sort of trying to pretend that, oh, I don't eat meat. So, you know, just be honest, be open, and yes, you have to, there's a certain amount of vulnerability that goes with that, but it's it brings rich rewards in the end, because you can be yourself and you're not really resentful because you're having to twist yourself out of shape for somebody else. But equally, you're sharing your emotions, you're sharing the fact that you do have feelings, and just be open. That's the message for the weekend for all of us. So if you're in an existing relationship, what is the message for you? And this is for this card is from the love, the Romance Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, because a lot of you ask me which cards I'm using. And so this card is asking you to trust. It's calling on you to just sit with whatever the situation is between you right now. So it may be that in your relationship things haven't always gone as smoothly as you'd like them to, but you're in a period where you're just working through things and sorting things out with one another. And relationships go in cycles, so we're not always going to experience grand passion, laughter, fun and everything being light-hearted. And equally, we're not always going to be going through tough times. So it's like this sort of wave. If you measure a relationship, if you track it, it just goes up and down, up and down. And so if you're going through one of those down periods where you feel like relationships getting a bit heavy, waters are a bit choppy, then just know that this too will pass. And also, if either one of you is experiencing some kind of difficulties and you're having to be very supportive of one another, and you're kind of feeling like, oh goodness, when is this gonna end? When am I gonna be able to not have to be so emotionally giving all the time? Well, just trust that everything's got a cycle and an ending and a beginning, and that's, we're going to come to the end of this soon. And the other thing is, if you want the relationship to go in a certain direction and it isn't, that's calling for you to have faith too, because it's all about, as well as timing divinely, so the universe decides when we can feel like we can really connect with one another and maybe up the commitment levels. but also you've got to give breathing space to your other half, because if they're not comfortable, then you want to be in a situation where they're doing exactly what they want to do at a time that's right for them. So just trust, give it all space, breathe, and all will be well. So if you are open to love, this is the card that I drew for you. And there's a lot of patience. We're being asked to be patient at the moment. We're going through this kind of lull period, all of us. And the card I've drawn here is the worth waiting for card. And you can see these two angels, and she's just got, well, they both got these they're like bed sheets almost that they're wrapping themselves up in. And they're swathing themselves in these white sheets and just protecting themselves. And white is the colour of purity. So it may be, if you've been looking around and thinking, you know, come on then, where is the person that is meant for me? Where's my soulmate? Where's my twin flame? That there's a period of purification going on. Now, I always like to track back and look at relationships. So when people get into a new relationship, I always like to know about, what was the history of your partner. And sometimes the person who's right for you is going through a process of, maybe they're changing jobs, maybe they're moving house, and that you don't get to meet them until they've gone through that. Maybe they are clearing from another relationship. Or maybe you're doing that and the timing isn't right. So you've got to do a bit of waiting this weekend, but your message is very clear. It is worth waiting for, because you're going to get the best. You're going to have a wonderful relationship, going to have the person who's absolutely right for you, and nothing but the best will do for you, because you're very precious. And so divine timing is at work in your love life. And stay open to that and go with the flow and just enjoy yourself. So all this time that you have on your own without having a partner in your life, you can do exactly what you want. You can make decisions. You can wear what you want. You can, sit and eat a whole tub of ice cream on the sofa on a Saturday night. Nobody's going to say, oh, should you really be eating that much? Who cares? And everything has its blessings. So just enjoy that and know that the universe is conjuring something magical up for you. Okay, so everyone, I hope you've enjoyed your love reading, and if you'd like a reading with me, you can follow the link below this video, and also there's a little I button in the top right hand corner. Just click on that and it takes you through to my readings page on my website. So take care, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch up with you again very soon.